Are you ready, kids? Oh, I shouldn't have done that with my throat. Right, okay. Now that I've sufficiently cocked up the beginning of this video, this is a little something for the new Warframe that was released at the beginning of Update 13. Its name's Hydroid. Ugh. Sorry, I'm not a fan of the name. So I'm going to give a quick overview of Hydroid's abilities. I'll then give you an idea of what his stats are like, and some little bit of gameplay footage, just to give you an idea. Also, because I've had someone message me about it, yeah, that's Carrier Sentinel. They released a suitably appropriate skin for Carrier that turns it into a parrot. Yeah. Anyway, so what is there to say about Davy Jones / Cthuluframe, whatever the hell you want to call it? Well, we'll start off by looking at his abilities. Tempest, I keep calling him Tempest for some reason. Hydroid, his one is an ability called Tempest Barrage. Yeah, it's pretty much as you would imagine. Basically, you cast it, and the Hydroid's ship or whatever barrages the area with water cannon things. I don't know. It's I actually quite like it as a semi-decent crowd control kind of thing. A lot of people are a bit iffy about it just because it doesn't. Well, on paper, you see that I'm just aiming directly at the floor there. It seems to hit everything around it. In experience, I actually seem to find that it tends to home in on things. I've seen it, like, for some random reason, land exactly on a container, blow that up, drop the items out of it. I've also seen it hit crewmen, corpus crewmen, Grenier Lancers, whatever, as they're running through, which you would imagine that, you know, they might miss it. But, yeah, anyway, so on to Hydroid's 2. His 2 is an ability called Tidal Surge. If you have played Rhino or Excalibur or anyone like that, you will. This is basically similar to Rhino's Charge or Excalibur's Slash Dash. You basically, well, that's pretty much it. You charge or slash dash. It does a nice bit of knockback. It's some good, well, good movement booster because. Well, sorry, I'm breathing into the mic now. Hydroid is incredibly damn slow. I think I'm actually using the Rush mod that boosts speed by a good 25%. So, yeah. You can, another thing as well, yep, I forgot to mention. You can actually use Hydroid's dash while in air. So, yeah, I'm not particularly high up, so it's not giving a particularly great impression. Of how it works, and you'll maintain speed, maintain altitude as well when you're doing that. However, you can't chain them like you can with things like Slash Dash. There's like a split-second animation, whatever, where Hydroid basically reforms out of the water, and the moment that happens, he just plummets straight out of the sky. A little bit annoying, but. You can boost power duration, and that gives you increased amount of time doing it. It's pretty much the same as Slash Dash, and that you'll have same way you can build it. So, on to Hydroid's 3. This is probably my favourite yet least useful ability I have ever encountered in Warframe. So, absolutely devastating. No enemy can escape it other than bosses. Hydroid's 3. Yeah, that pretty much explains it. Honestly, I missed the dev stream where they were showing how Hydroid's abilities worked, and the first time I hit 3, the first time I used that ability, I basically laughed a lot. There's not really another way to describe it. I I still love thinking about it now. It's an ability where you turn your Warframe into a puddle. Just gonna let you guys think about that for a second. So anyway, actually onto practicality. So what you can do with Undertow, I think it was Undertow. Yeah, it's Undertow. You can max out power range. That was for some reason I was thinking duration. What happens when basically any enemy other than bosses that actually touches the puddle gets sucked into it? They'll take a small amount of damage over time until they die or until the power's duration ends and you reform. It's not really, you don't normally do enough damage to actually kill anything at a high level at least. I haven't taken Hydroid into much at the moment, obviously, as you can see he's only level 17, he's not been formed yet. But as it gains usefulness for things like defense missions, where say you get absolutely swamped, you can just jump in, jump to the cryopod or the core or whatever you're defending, Undertow. If you've got sufficient range, you will just drag everything down, and for 5-10 seconds, depending on how long your duration is, you'll actually keep the enemies in there. You'll do some damage to them, but the important thing is that you'll be keeping them out of combat, so they're not actually damaging the enemies, damaging the core, whatever. It's also good, but pretty much the only thing I use it for at the moment is, oh crap, my shields are gone. No, you can't hurt me. Yeah, it's a good for stealth as well. But I mean, stealth is probably the last thing I would play Hydroid for. I mean, if you want stealth, play Loki or Ash. Anyway, just gonna give it a second for my energy to recharge, and then I'll show you his ultimate. So, Hydroid's 4, or his ulti, if you're a fan of League of Legends or whatever you want to call it. It's called Tentacle Swarm. Pretty much as you would... well, it's pretty much as it says on the tin. Yeah. Release the Kraken. Yeah, it is as somewhat useless as this appears to be. It is probably one of the best ultimates in the game at the moment. Purely because, as you can see, it's not based on the ground, anything like that. The tentacles spawn in based on geometry, so they can literally hit anything and anywhere. They do great. They're great for crowd control. Basically, any enemy. I think even some bosses might be affected by it. I haven't tested it yet. Any enemy that comes into contact with them, it gets taken out of play until either they die or until the tentacles go. It's just devastating. You'll see when I show you a bit of gameplay later. It's hilarious to watch. Just everything basically get eaten by water kraken, whatever it's called. I just hit my hand for some reason though. So that's all of Hydroid's abilities. I'll have a quick look through his stats in a second. Good old Wikipedia. So this is the Warframe wiki entry for Hydroid. Just basically give you an idea of what his basic stats are, because I'm terrible at remembering this shit, as you would have noticed from the Melee 2.0 video I did. Sorry, I'm being invaded by a helicopter. I've just realised that's going to make no goddamn sense if you can't actually hear the bloody Chinook flying over, but anyway, enough of me rambling. So, Hydroid himself, he's a little bit tanky, but not. But it's... Hydroid's a difficult frame to categorise. It's basically a little bit of everything except speed. He's so goddamn slow, it's not funny. Hydroid is Rhino without the Vanguard helmet level slow. Probably even a little bit slower than that. Yeah, it is pretty bad. So, obviously health starts at 100, 300 at rank 30, power 100, blah blah blah. Shield capacity 345 at rank 30. They haven't got anything for sprint speed yet, but basically whatever Rhinos is without Vanguards, that will give you a good estimate. He has a reasonably. He's got quite a high just amount of stamina. It's well, I couldn't even tell you really. I don't up until maybe 2.0 came in. I never really gave a damn about stamina because it was, you know, you sprint until for a little bit, or you use Orncopter or whatever. But anyway, so there's a Warframe alert going up in there. How do you get Hydroid? Well, you can buy them from the market. You do what I do because I just have a stupid amount of platinum. Or you craft him in the foundry. You craft him in the foundry using components that are dropped from the new Vehek. It's a little bit more grindy than usual to get Hydroid, just because it's not like it used to be, where you would find a boss, the boss would drop parts, you would just keep going and going. For Vehek, you need to fight his prosecutors. Hey, they need drop like nav coordinates or whatnot. You need a certain number of specific nav coordinates, and you craft the thing, and yeah, blah blah blah. You need to do that. A minimum, you'd need to do that 3 times. So, in my experience, I mean, if you can afford the £13 or whatever it is for 370 plat, then you might as well buy it. He is available as part of a pack at the moment, which gives you Hydroid, the Nami Skylar, the Attica, which is a new crossbow, which I might show a bit of in a minute. All of the Parrot frame, all the Parrot Sentinel parts, and a couple of 3-day credit and affinity boosters. There might be something I'm forgetting, I can't remember. That's like 700 platinum. So, you know, wait until you get one of those 20% off coupons. But you know, if you get a 50% off coupon, you could pick him up for £17-18, all of that, and you'd still have 300 platinum to spare. Anyway, enough of me taking D's money. One of the side problems is, in order to craft him, you're going to need argon crystals. These are something that drop in the Orokin Void. That in itself isn't too bad. I mean, T1, exterminate, defense, survival, any of that, you'll get at least 1 or maybe even 2 argon crystals. Definitely more if you decide you want to use a resource drop rate or just double drop booster. And one problem with the argon crystals is that they have a half-life. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's an in-game crafting item that has a half-life. If you don't know what half-life is, basically after I'm not much of a physicist, I'm going to say this now, or any kind of science guy, but effectively it means that after a set period of time, which is usually 2 days, it will disappear from your inventory. Yeah. I'll say that again, just so you're all aware. After a set amount of time, the argon crystal that you have had to basically acquire will disappear from your inventory. Yeah. So good luck with that. As I said, for me, it's a shitload easier to buy it for 300 platinum. So now I've given you guys a run over of basically how he works. How good is Hydroid in practice? Well,
our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
So, yeah. Oh god, I'm breathing in the mic again. Sorry, it just annoys me when I start talking and then Lotus just goes, blah blah blah, this is your mission. Anyway, what's Hydroid like? Well, firstly, before I start using any of his abilities for combat, I'm just going to show you guys the Attica. It's a sort of semi-automatic crossbow.
Heads up. A Grenier assault team is headed your way.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. It's kind of like a slightly weak bow. I don't have it modded properly yet, but kind of like it. It's not bad, but I'd rather just use Paris Prime personally. Another new weapon, Lex Prime, alternatively called the Nerf Gun Prime. It's it's pretty much just a slightly more powerful Lex. It's got, I think, a slightly bigger clip size as well, but I don't know, it's got some reasonably good stopping power, but it's not a Maralock. That's all I'm going to say. So, Tempest Barrage. I don't know about you, but that just looks awesome to me. I really like that. Let's do a bit of pirating. And I'm going to apologise again. I have a mechanical keyboard, so it's going to make a hell of a lot of noise. Anyway, Dakra Prime as well. I managed to find myself an Iron Phoenix Stance mod. I really like the single swords. I love Dakra Prime. It's literally this was the thing I was hoping Melee 2.0 would do. I'll give you a quick idea of what Iron Phoenix this thing is first. Cook that up. I'll get into it in a second. Basically gives you a nice little sort of area effect finisher. There we go. That's not the move, I just wanted to kill him. He's dead. So, as you can see, Tidal Surge, quite nice for a little bit of mobility. I was annoyed I was able to do the Iron Phoenix combo a moment ago. I'll look up in a second. Throw in a Tempest Barrage at these guys as well while I look up what this combo is. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. That'd be why. I derped! I forgot to put stun spot on this bugger! Yeah, he did. Right, okay, so wave 3. Let's show you what Undertow does. Yeah, okay, that didn't quite work as well as I planned. Oh, hey, look, guys. Can I be with you, friends? Yeah, okay. We'll have a party down here. Yeah, that is pretty much what Undertow is. So, the one you've all been waiting for, Tentacle Swarm. That's not Tentacle Swarm. Wow, I'm messing up all over the place now. We'll do it for wave 5. Let's kill these guys first. So guys. As you can see, even without stance mods, the melee is still quite a bit of fun. Just being able to have your melee weapon now is nice. Oh, that boss was shooting at me. This guy's really need to start paying attention. Right, anyway, wave 5 now. So, Tentacle Swarm. How good is it in practice? Well, let's see. Yeah, they're pretty dead. It literally... It's a party and everyone's invited. It literally, I just It's one of those abilities you think, do I really want to use this? Then you do, and you find out it's awesome. Let's try over here. As you can see, it actually sort of highlights the area where they're going to spawn in. It tends to spawn the tentacles underneath enemies right off the bat. I like it. Fully upgraded, I imagine it'd be quite nice. Anyway, that's all from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little sneak peek preview. If you've got any questions, just type in comments, and if you want to join our clan at the moment, shoot me a message in game or leave a comment. Adios, amigos.